We'll start in next 1 minute. Hello everyone. So let me stop it. Okay, so hello everyone, welcome to this Saturday Night Live. Thank you all for joining, because on a Saturday you all are joining means you really like this thing. You really want to be a web app developer, whatever you call it. Means I mainly help people to be a web app developer and not a web developer, just a simple web developer. I help them to become through my YouTube channel, through my boot camps, whatever you name. You want to be a web app developer through my boot camp, through my YouTube channel, you can become, because I run month-long workshops on my YouTube channel every month, and it gets repeated every month. So it is not like that once it is there. No, it is not. Every month it gets repeated from the first of every month to the last day of every month. So I know this is the second batch, and this Saturday class happens every Saturday at 3 p.m. So I know this is the second class, and you all must have missed the first week. But anyways, they are on my YouTube channel. The recordings are there. So if you're really passionate to change your career, to get into web app development, a lot of you are coming from my Facebook ad, in which I've told them, if you want to be a web app developer, then this is the right time to be one. And this is the right time to be a web developer, and this will be the right time for the next 5 to 10 years. And right now, even the web 3 is coming, so nothing is getting changed. developer jobs are all only getting up and up and up. So there are more developer jobs getting created, and the front end is always React.js. Okay, so that is there. And so about me means my name is Nabindu Vishwas. I am a means let me also talk a bit about it, and please do like this video and share it, and we will start in around 10-15 minutes. Let me take you all through a journey. How will you provide the certificate of completion for those? That's a nice question. And there will be two Google Forms, okay, and they will be given only here. Please don't ask me after that. So two Google Forms will be given, and one is at the start, maybe around 3:15 or 3:20 I'll give, and one at the end. One at the end I will give. So that means that you have attended the complete thing, because I'm not giving to people who have completed only half of it or attended in the first half and hadn't gone. So two Google Forms will there, in which those Google Forms, you know what are there in the Google Forms. You have to give your name, your LinkedIn profile, and most importantly your email ID, correct email ID, and you'll get the certificate on your email ID. Can you speak in Hindi English? No, it is not possible. Most of the public here are from all over India, so it is not possible for me to speak in Hindi and English, both of them. So I mainly don't do, means I mainly talk in English only. I can do in Hindi because you if you go to my channel, I have put some videos on Hindi, so that is like that. But Hindi will be not possible for me right now, because a lot of people are from the south also, and if you one thing is required for you to be a web app developer, you should know English. It is very difficult, means even if you do freelancing. So I know a lot of people uh, who knows who, if you want to do freelancing also, then also English is required, because how else you connect with the American clients? You have to connect with the American client. Everybody who does freelancing knows that Indian client doesn't pay that much. If you have to connect, and when if you are in a project, most of the time you are for an American client only, so you have to know the requirement and all those things. Okay, so it will not be possible for me to do it in Hindi, because then a lot of people are from the south also. Those who don't know, most of the jobs in India are in the south only, in Bangalore, Hyderabad. I spent most of my life there only, so Hindi will not be possible. So but if you want to do in Hindi, means I have a very big playlist on my YouTube channel. You can go and watch that. That is completely in Hindi. And that actually I was taking some workshop, some boot camp for one of the person. I take a boot camp, and only one person was there, and then I taught him in Hindi, because only he was there. And so from a personal boot camps which I take, sometimes if all the people are want to take it in Hindi, means nobody is there who doesn't know Hindi, then I take it in. Most of my workshops are also in English only, workshop and boot camps. Okay, so that is like that. And okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so those who don't know about me, this is me. My name is Nabindu Vishwas, and I am helping people to become web app developer. See this word, it is web app developer. I am not telling that web developer or website developer. I help them to become web app developer. I help them to create sites like LinkedIn, because this is what I have done whole of my life, and because of that only I got so much things. Means I'm a writer also. I have written 5 technical books from, and which were published from top company known as A plus, and most of them you can find on Amazon right now also. So all of them are in Amazon.com. You can find all of them. So that is about me. Means I help people to become web app developer, and I spend nearly in past 16 years working for different companies. I worked in almost all the top companies in the world. Means I worked in JP Morgan, I worked in Oracle. Past job was an architect in a product based company in Bangalore. Means architects are like big people. Means architects are like people who have 10-15 front end developer under them. So I was working like that. 10-15 front end developers used to report to me, and I used to see their code and all those things. All those things I used to do. So always was in coding. All these things were there, and you can go through my profile. I think it will have somewhere. And after from September, I am a full-time JavaScript teacher and a founder of TWD, the web dev, where I'm trying to help people become web app developer. I'm doing corporate trainings also for a lot of corporates, for a lot of startups and all. They come to me for training their fresher and all, because fresher don't know anything in the industry. Fresher don't know anything. Even yesterday also, I was talking to someone and they were telling that there are a lot of job in PHP, where PHP is dead a long time ago. There are no job in PHP. Okay, so those things are there. So people don't do anything. I do career guidance also for a lot of people through my WhatsApp and all. Means I generally do 2 hours career guidance daily. I would give the link for that on, also that one-to-one link I'll give, and you can book a half an hour slot with me if you have some doubt in the career guidance and all, because everybody is confused a lot, because everything is available on the internet. Even whatever I will teach, it is available on the internet. People don't know what to do, how much to learn, what the jobs are there in the market right now, what is the future. All those things, I have been in the industry for 16 years, so all of these things I know. Until now, I have taught more than 150 students, actually now updated, in my boot camps. And also I'm teaching a lot through my YouTube, because I run month-long YouTube workshops. Okay, after that month-long YouTube workshops I run, and all of these things I do and all. Month-long YouTube workshop means, so what I do means, this month-long YouTube workshop. See, one thing I will tell, that 3 hours is not enough for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so it is enough for HTML, because HTML. Someone was asking me that I'm doing HTML for the past 6 months. No, HTML only requires 1 hour to teach and maybe one day to learn. Not more than that. Even if you're not from a non-IT background, it doesn't matter. HTML is very easy. It doesn't take more than that. So you can learn HTML in one day. It doesn't need more time. So I would teach HTML, complete HTML today. But CSS and JavaScript, I will teach in a bit shorter way, because I have week-long workshop for CSS on my YouTube channel at 8:30 p.m. IST to 9:30 p.m. IST, just which I just completed, because this is the second week. So first week I completed CSS. Next week from Monday it will be JavaScript will start. Third week React.js will start, and fourth week Node.js will be there. Fourth week generally I do anything. So previously I did Angular also. So anything I do which will enhance your React.js skills. See, okay. So let me tell something more. Means what you need to learn to be a web developer and today. So you need to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. They are must. So if you only learn this HTML and CSS, you will become a just a website developer. You cannot be a web app developer if you do only this HTML, CSS, and add WordPress to it, because the most of the small sites are made in HTML, CSS, and WordPress only. So if you only learn these two things, you'll earn how much? 35,000 after 5 years. If you're happy with that, means you're staying in a small city earning 35,000 in next 5 years. Then it is okay. Means you can leave this class and go to just do HTML, CSS. There are a lot of good YouTube channels for that, and do WordPress also. But do WordPress also. If you're happy with 35,000 per month, then you can do all these things, HTML, CSS, and add WordPress to it. Because I know the salary exactly in 5 years you'll get 35,000, not one penny more than that. Maybe it will adjust it as per inflation, but if you do freelance, you'll get more. But the competition is way too much for freelance also in that WordPress domain, HTML, CSS, and WordPress. The domain is way too much. Okay, so that is there. And okay, and then if you want to be a web app developer, see, the thing I am showing this through something known as a web app. This is something known as a mind map. This someone have created this whole thing. So this is a complete app. The nowadays of desktop apps have gone. From 2010, everything is web app. LinkedIn I'm using, it's a very big web app. Facebook you all use, it's a very big web app. Instagram you use, it's a very big web app. It has got very important things, and that was the things which I built it whole of my life. I built it things like Uber and all codes I have built for corporates. Uber and all kind of codes I have built. So those all things are known as web apps. These are not normal sites. They are screen is not blurred. You have to change your resolution and confirm that, because I have seen this. Okay, can everyone confirm whether the screen is blur or not? Because I think the screen is not blurred, because I'm seeing on my mobile also. Is the screen blur? Okay. Okay, let me go to more high definition. Maybe Okay, I've changed the resolution also to a bit higher, so I think it is much better. Thanks for bringing that out. Maybe I've changed to 720p. So you also have to change it. Okay, so that is there. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you have to learn JavaScript, and this is where people generally find it very difficult. I teach many people who are good in HTML, CSS, and they're working in the industry for the past 5 years as the WordPress developer or something, and they're earning very less, and they want to be a React.js developer. Yeah, they know what is React.js developer. So then you have to learn JavaScript and React.js. Only these two things you have to learn. Don't go for anything else. Okay, don't go for anything else. So people ask me, should I learn Laravel? Should I learn PHP? Should I learn Node.js? So yeah, I will tell you, if you learn React.js, after that you should go for Node.js definitely. But that is not required. In even if you go for a company which have 10 employees, the front end team is different, the back end team is different. So in the front end team you are going to work, then what will happen, you will have to work on these technologies only, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. You won't even touch the backend. The backend team will give you APIs. They are some complicated term. Don't worry, if you are total beginners, don't worry. Anyways, I don't teach React.js in this class. I only cover this HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So if you are from a non-IT background, if you are a BCom graduate, if you are a BE mechanical and all those kind of people, yeah, first you learn this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and after this class you will know, means whether you can do it or not. Actually anyone can do it. If they put their effort, anyone can do it. It is not a difficult task. Anyone can do this thing, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, anyone can do. Even React anyone can do. I am teaching a guy who has got nearly my years of experience. Actually he's one of my friend, and he used to do this job, and Excel based job, and all the people in the world generally do Excel based job only, from HRs and all those people do that only. And one day or the other, what happens, they become a liability to the company because their salary get increased and they get kicked out. And that is how the industry works. Everything works like that only. Okay, so he also recently lost his job, but he is into my group and all. He's doing my boot camp, and he's very much confident that he will crack it, and he's from a non-IT background. And after 16 years in some other field, he's learning this well, and he is going to get a very good job soon, and he's going to replace his old salary soon. That is like that. So you have to do these two things to get a high paying job: JavaScript and React. This is a must to get a high paying job nowadays, and everybody can do it. It is not like that anybody can do it. There is a recently news, if you could search on search on some Google also, there is Zoho security guard who cracked their company. Zoho is a top product company in India. Those who don't know, it's a product company in India, and it's compete with Microsoft and all those things. It's based in Tamil Nadu, and their security guard, he was quite he wanted to be a coder, and they helped him to become a coder. And for in 1 year he learned everything, and he is now a coder there. He's now a developer there. So it is like that. But one thing is that it is not that easy also. So why I was showing those motivational things, it was one of the reason was that only. So we'll start soon. So those motivational thing I was showing for one reason. So it is not that easy also. It would have been not easy, everyone have been a web developer. And one thing is that, which I'm telling now also, and which I've told on Friday also, degree doesn't matter nowadays because of the startups. Okay, you cannot crack TCS, Infosys, Wipro. You cannot crack. You should not also crack. They don't pay that much. The startups, they pay so much that you should not even go think of that. And they only want skills. Skills is the top thing in this decade. Top thing, no degree or nothing. Colleges is nothing. Okay, so that is there. So this all you have to learn. But how you have to learn? Why web development people say it is very difficult and all? See, first, the connection span of people are getting very less. I know half of the people will not even stay for this 3 hours, and after 1 hour people will start telling that when it will be over, when it will be over. But a developer is not like a developer have to work 10 to 12 hours coding in front of the screen. If you can do that, then you will be paid in gold. Really, developer are paid in gold. More than that, a fresher who doesn't know, who knows only React.js, he's been paid 25,000. Zero experience, 25,000. In 1 year, 10 lakh package. 2 years, easily around the 20 lakh package. And 3 4 years, he gets a 50 lakh package. Easily he can get 3 to 5 years of experience. If you know very good React.js, he can get. So React.js and all this web technology he knows. So, but you have to be in this Instagram age when people cannot see more than 60-second videos. It is very tough to concentrate. Very, very tough to concentrate. So that's why there are three secrets to get into web development, and you have to follow these three secrets. First is networking. Networking is very much important. People come to me and they say that okay, I have my Naukri profile ready, but I'm not getting any job. I have done so much. I have done so many projects, so many projects. I asked them one question: how many connections you have on LinkedIn? I don't even have a LinkedIn profile. They say me. I said, what? In this age, you don't have a LinkedIn profile? LinkedIn is the resume and everything. All the HRs are sitting there. Everybody is sitting there. All the startup founders are sitting there. All the opportunities which I got in my life is because of LinkedIn. See how much connection I have. 18K followers I have. And if I go to my connection, it is more than that, around 18,500. It didn't grow like that. I have to put a lot of effort to grow this to this, and because of this I have got so much opportunities in my life. Almost every opportunity in my life I got because of this connections. I have connection to students, connected to students, startup founders, all the big peoples are there. Even one thing I want to say, I even got offer to means to give interview in Google. It is one of the top offer, means top thing which you can get. So all those things are required. Only networking you need to do if you want to get into web development, and especially if from non-IT background. You have to do networking. You have to update, mainly in India. You have to do this LinkedIn. You have to grow your LinkedIn followers. Who has come to me and they say I know React.js, I don't have a job. I tell them to have at least 1000 connections on LinkedIn, and start posting your whatever you do. So one guy he created an awesome Node.js project. Awesome Node.js was I was really I've not seen a fresher creating such an awesome Node.js was. And he was like, I'm getting on Naukri and I'm not getting Naukri.com. So I told him, update your LinkedIn profile, show that project there, and apply on Internshala if you want to get an internship. Internshala is the way to get. Okay, so LinkedIn you go, Twitter you go. Twitter is LinkedIn is where all the Indian crowd is there. Twitter is where all the American crowds are there. At the end of the all the jobs are for America only, American companies, and most of those are so Twitter is very important. Then Insta is very important. So Insta, don't see all those 60-second videos, reels of some actors and all. See those 60-second videos of people like me, and there are very good developers. There is someone known as Tane Pratap. Follow him. Follow that guy. That guy is a legend. So follow the developers. Then there are Facebook groups. Facebook groups are way too much amazing. So go and join the React.js Facebook group. Go and join the web development Facebook groups. All of you people, most of you have come from some my Facebook ad only, I know. But join those Facebook groups. Don't go on Facebook and just go everywhere. Join those Facebook groups, React.js Facebook. You search for React.js Facebook groups. Facebook people say is dead, but Facebook groups is not dead. Okay, so all those things you have to do. Then you have to say do some daily actions. Okay, so one daily ritual which you have to do is to code 2 hours daily. There is no other option for that. So code 2 hours daily if you want to get into. And people who get into this domain, they code more than this. They code more than this means they code more than they create awesome products. Even this product has been created by some awesome team. So if you want to get into, you have to code 2 hours daily. And then you have to do some challenges are there. Okay, some challenges are there. One such challenge is known as 100 days of code. Actually, I also have completed this 100 days of code. For me, it's a piece of cake because I code daily. For me, it is nothing. 100 days of code. Uh, okay, can someone post Instagram? Follow me. So first thing is codes. Follow me on Instagram, and then there is someone like Tane P Tane Pratap. Follow this guy. I've written this. Follow these two people. Okay. So, and if you are watching from LinkedIn or some other platform, please do come to my YouTube because all the chat is going here, and even the attendance which I'm going to give in some time, it is I will give it from here only because it doesn't goes to LinkedIn. Actually, I'm streaming live on all the platform, LinkedIn, Facebook, and also please do come to my YouTube channel. Most of you who are watching on my Facebook also, I think you will get the link to my YouTube channel somewhere down there or somewhere. And in LinkedIn, people definitely knows my YouTube channel and all. So please come here, and all the chat goes there. I don't know, my streaming platform doesn't allow me to go to LinkedIn and all. And it is like that. Okay, so this 100 days of code and 100 days of project, these are the two things which you need to do. 100 days of code. So 100 days of code, as I told, for me it is just a piece of cake, but for most of the people it is a toughest challenge on planet earth. Why? Because you have to code daily, and especially if you're coming from a non-IT background, you have to code daily, and you have to post it on this 100 days of code hashtag. This is a hashtag because in US, and this is a very popular hashtag. And I will tell you one news, because I completed this 100 days of code channel. So one of the top US website which gets around more than 10 lakh views per day are taking my interview. Just completed this 100 days of code, and I did it like this. For me means it is none, it is nothing. Means 100 days of code I just finished, and actually I put it on my thing also, my website also. I put, this is my blog website. So 100 days of code, so I put the link, all of these things. And they have some things like you have to go here, hashtag it. And for me it was easy, but to make it tough for myself, what I did, I started because I am a teacher also, so whatever I used to code, I prepared a YouTube video for it. And I started from September 6th, and I daily code. Okay, why it is the toughest? Because you cannot even leave for one day. If you leave for one day, challenge is gone. Even if you have some urgency, they will not understand. That hashtag won't that you are gone out of that challenge. So most of the people after 10-15 days, they come out of it. If you do this 100 days of challenge, I will challenge you that you will definitely get a job. Definitely no one in the world can stop you from getting a job. So that's what I'm telling. I'm giving interview a top US website. So that is like that, because of this only. And I did YouTube videos also for those continuous 100 days. And see, this is the 100th day. I did videos for those 100 days. So this is a top challenge. All of the people who want to get into this thing, they should come. Okay, and then you will get all the attendance of the world. Everyone will recognize you. 100 days of code challenge if you do. And if you're from a non-IT background, it will add really awesome things in your life. If you're coming from a non-IT background and you daily code something substantial for the day and post it on that hashtag, so that is important. Post it on the hashtag and you will get it. Okay, so that is something which I've done. So just do these three things, and you don't have to follow anyone, take anyone course. Not even I'm telling you from the start only, not even my some paid boot camp and all. Nothing you have to take. You do these things. And I have paid boot camp also, and I have everything on my YouTube also. So I help both of the people, paid and all. Paid have some other advantages which I might change. And I have one good news also for all of you people who are attending. I am giving my next awesome paid boot camp is getting started with some other people. So I'm telling it from the starting only. I'm getting collaborated with a lot of other people from the industry, and I'm giving 2 seats for the paid boot camp for free. And my paid boot camp is worth 10,000 rupees. And there are some rules for that, to how to get it. You have to win it. Only 2 people will win it, and I will tell at the last how to get that 2 free seats. And that my paid bootcamp is a weekend bootcamp, Saturday Sundays, 2 hours, and it is done through Zoom. And we have some other features also there, like we teaches soft skills also there. I'm collaborating with a person, so that we can make you industry ready. Not only coding, soft skills also will be taught there. Soft skills will be taught there, so that a lot of people are telling that you speak in Hindi, so you don't have to tell that to someone else that my English is not good, because English is required. So soft skills are required. Not only English, soft skills means how you present yourself in a company. You cannot go to a company like that. Even if you say I will not work in a company, freelancing also works like that. You have to deal with American client. How will you deal with American client? Not only talking in English, you should be presentable. So you cannot just do some WordPress sites for some local kirana stores and all. So you will not get money. And you go and ask the local kirana store that whether you need a word website or not. It's very tough thing to do. Going everywhere and all your locality, in a small locality, asking everyone. Yeah, that is something which a lot of companies do. Go in your locality and asking for that. But if you are a freelancer, it's very tough for you, and it's really difficult to ask people for those things. So if you're working in a company, it is much more easier. The sales part is been handled by someone else. And then also, that's me. Okay, so that is done. So we'll now start, and before starting, I will give the attendance, and we'll start with the HTML. Okay. So let me give the attendance number 1, and I will mark it also. Okay, in the, so let me tell attendance number 1. So there will be 2 attendance. So there will be 2 attendance, one now and one at the last. First, hope you all got it, the first attendance link. So this is a Google form. You have to fill your name, email ID, exact email ID, or else or else how I will send you the certificate, and the LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile is the main thing, but if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, don't fill it. But I will urge everyone to create a LinkedIn profile, because that is the only way to get a good job in India right now. LinkedIn profile is so, and if you give a LinkedIn profile, I will also give you a shout out to you, to the 18,000 18k connections which I have. I generally give a shout out to people who get this on on the Monday, coming Monday. I generally give to all the people. I tag them. There is something like tagging. I think most of you know what is tagging and all. So I tag them so that they all can reach to my 18,000 connections. Okay, so that is like that. So we are all filling it. So if you are not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to my channel. Please do like this video so that it can reach to more people, and then more people can join and all. Okay, so please do like this video. I see a very small people have liked this video. Please do like it, and do subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. And I will what I will do, I will pin this message so that all of you can see it later on. Okay, so now we'll start with HTML. So HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and it's a must. See, this website and LinkedIn and all these are all made, so there are some tags and all. So this is the thing which end user sees, but this is not how it is there. There is something known as HTML tag and all. Maybe I will right click and inspect. There is something most of you must have not done this, right? If you're not coming from IT background, if I do a inspect, I can see all the tag. Even if I do a view page source, I can see all this tag and all. So this is quite complicated, and so this is all there. So these are known as HTML tags and all. So we will learn how to create this, means all. So there is some other things even in LinkedIn, means you cannot see everything, but yeah, that is there. In a simple site, if you right click and see this, you are able to see everything. Okay, so that is there. So what we are going to do, okay, so the first thing for HTML is hypertext markup language. Okay, so for development, earlier you might have heard a lot of people saying that, okay, we used to do in Notepad and then we used to save it in as .html. Everybody knows a bit of HTML, W3 school, and where all those things they have done. So they will say that, okay, .html, you save it and click it and open it. But that we used to do actually 10 years back. Nobody works like that nowadays. So nowadays everybody works with lightweight code editor known as VS Code, and it is freely available on the internet from Microsoft. VS Code, it even if your system have 4 GB of RAM, it doesn't matter, it will work, because it's a lightweight code. It is not like heavy code like VS Studio, Studio. It is not like that. It is known as VS Code, and that is a must. Don't go for anything else like Atom and Sublime and all. Go for VS Code only, because it has got some awesome extensions and it is the top one. So I'll search for VS Code, and this VS Code will open, and go to VS Code and just download it. Download for Windows, because I'm using a Windows 11. So download for Windows and it will be downloaded. And I'm not going to show how to download it. It's very easy to download. So how we are going to start with our first HTML thing. Okay, so we are going to right click, and I'm inside a folder, and I'll do HTML. I don't give any space, because that is how developer works. And I will give the zip file of this also, all of it. Okay, HTML basics I will do, and then I have to open it in VS Code. Okay, so I'll come here and type VS Code, and Okay, for me it is opening the old thing. For you it will open, if you're opening it for the first time, it will open like something like this. Okay, it will open something like this. VS Code, you open for us right time, it will open like this. Okay, so now what I have to do, this HTML basics is there, and I have to drag it. So I'm telling the most easy way, because this class is for absolute beginner. Even if you are a BCom or a B mechanical, I teach it in such a way that even you can understand this thing. Okay, so I will just drag it. See, again, I'm telling it, I'm just dragging it. A lot of people don't understand what I'm doing. So I have kept this. You have to press the left mouse button. Okay, left mouse button you press, keep your finger on it, and then drag it. Like this, you have to drag. Okay. So like this, you have to drag, and it will open in this code editor. Then what you have to do, you have to come here, and then you have to do index.html. Like this, you have to create. So this I have clicked and did the index.html. But the thing is that I don't even show the I will show the shortcuts and all. So this Visual Studio, I have told, because we are using, because for it, for a reason, there are certain shortcuts are here. So if I do this not, this not, shift and not, shift and this not is there, it is one, it is and that one key is that not. And then if I press tab or enter, it will do this. And this is the, hope everybody is able to see it. Okay, so I have zoomed it a lot, so it's okay. So this not and tab I'll do, so this whole HTML document will be created, the skeleton. This is known as a skeleton. So what is this all about? So let me take all of you through it. So first thing is this doc type HTML is there. So doc type HTML, actually HTML has gone through many iterations. HTML has gone through many iterations. And because HTML is governed by a company, not a company, by organization known as W3C, Worldwide Web Conversation, something like that. So, and definitely they sit in the US. Everything is created by US only. So that doc type HTML used to say different things. Like doc type HTML, earlier we used to have HTML4 before 2015. So after 2015, HTML5 was created, and in that we have this doc type HTML. This is a must for a HTML document. After that we have a HTML document, and lang English is telling that it's the English language. We have like French language for FR and all those things. Okay, so those things are there. And no, we don't have Hindi language and all, but you all might have seen Hindi website, Tamil websites, and all those things. They're just created using Google, and then inside some tag, they just copy paste it. So that is how Hindi websites are being made. Someone asked me in one of my this workshop only. Okay, so this HTML lang I have given, and lang is English. Anyway, for Hindi websites also you have to give like this. And then I have two things. So one more thing is that something is starting, so HTML is starting and ending, so it is ending, so this brackets are there, so it means it is starting here and it is ending here, although doctor doesn't ends like that. But this HTML starts and end, starts and end, starts and end. And I have took the lang as English, lang as English I have took. Okay, those who have came now, please do fill the attendance form. This is the first attendance form, second attendance form will be given at the last. Those who have came now, I've just told, please also. Okay, so that is there. And so this HTML has got two children. So whatever comes under it, they're called as children. So this is one children, that is another children. So head part is the children. In the head part, we have something known as meta and all, and the other thing is title. So what is meta? So meta is something which you know don't need to understand much, and I also don't know means how much this all these things are work. It all automatically created. Actually, it is used by Google crawlers. So I think I will tell the basics of how Google works. Means Google have this amazing crawlers. Whenever you, this is a site which we are creating, and we can go to GoDaddy, and all of us have seen, might have seen that GoDaddy ad for of Dhoni and all. So we can go and just put this HTML site on the GoDaddy. It is also very easy how to put it and all. So and then it will be visible to the world. And when it is visible to the world, and someone, suppose your website is very popular, someone types it in Google, then what happens, the Google should know. So whenever a new website has been created in some GoDaddy and all, you upload it, then Google crawlers come to that website and see that what is the content in it. That's why Google knows about you. So that's the reason Google knows about you and all. So that's the thing of the meta tag, for to help the Google crawler know about your site. Okay, so nothing much there, but this title is very important. This title is something, so you're seeing this Visual Studio Code that is coming for, because they might have given that in the title. Will soon going to see this thing. So I'm going to change it, and I'll do it HTML basics I'll do, and then I'll do a h1 I'll do an HTML crash course. So this also I'm going to tell soon. So see, this body is there. Body is where the main website lives, means whatever is you're seeing it inside it, this might be made in a body. This all is made in a body. So this body is there, so I have to give an h1 HTML crash course, and I will give a paragraph. As a paragraph is something which is small text, something like this, it will be paragraph. And again, I can write anything, but again I will take a shortcut. I'll write something known as lorem, LOREM, and then press the tab. It will give this junk type of thing, it will create for me. And this is not a rubbish thing, this is actually very important tech, lorem ipsum. It is known as lorem ipsum. You can search it. It is when the printing press was invented, then also a lot of time we used to put some dummy text. So this is a dummy text, lorem ipsum. So it's come from the printing press days of newspaper. So lorem ipsum is there, and I type lorem and press the tab, it was created, and I will save it. Now how to see this? I have created quite a bit of our first HTML site I have created. How to see that? So for that you have to go here, go to this HTML and open it. Okay, so if I double click on it, it will open in my default browser. Everyone have a default browser by default. If you're on Windows, it will be, I think, Edge or all, if you don't download something like Chrome or something. So I'll double click it, and it will open it. It will open, it will be opened. Okay, it is opened now. And now see what is happening. I gave this thing h1, it is showing like this. P, so every HTML tag generally starts and end, starts and end, starts and end. Okay, and P I have given it is shown like this. And title, this HTML basic is been shown here. So this is how it is been shown. And HTML is nothing but learning about these tags. And people spend 6 to 7 months to learn about this tag, because they go to the most popular site, which is W3 schools, and try to learn everything. You don't have to go to W3 school and learn everything. Whatever I teach, you only learn that much only. And there is one thing, extra thing, which I will teach. Go learn that from W3 school, not the whole site of W3 school. So that is now how coder works, because you don't have to, you cannot buy heart hundreds and thousands of tags of HTML. You cannot do that. You should not do that. You'll waste your precious 6 months. In 6 months, you have to become a React.js developer. That is my challenge, to make you a React.js developer in the next 6 months. Okay, so good afternoon. So that is there. And so let's get started. And one more thing now, what we before starting, so I will tell about different tags. But before starting, what I will tell, so this is right now, it is opening like this. I will go here and do a P, and then I'll do a lorem again. Maybe a bit of a small lorem I'll do, whatever, so that it is differentiable. So I'll save it. So see what happened, it didn't came here, the second paragraph didn't came here. Why didn't came? Because I have to refresh it. So go here and refresh it, then the second paragraph will come. So this is not a good developer experience. Developer doesn't work like this, because nowadays what happens, if you save something here, it should automatically reflect it here. I should not go every time and refresh it. And for that reason only, VS Code is so good, because it has got some very nice small extensions it has got, which are programs made by some good developers. Yeah, they are good developers who made these extensions. And if I go here and extensions, so I have a lot of extension installed. There is something known as live. I'll do it, will be the first one. It is live server. It is known as live server. This one you have to do live server by Ritvik Day. And you have to go here and you have to install it. You'll get an install option. I have got a disable option because I have already installed it. You get install option, install it, then come back, and then do a right click here, and then open with live server. You do open with live server. So it is opening in this this site. It is opening some weird site. Not to worry much, it opens in that. But the main thing is that I will just delete this and save it. automatically refresh. I didn't even touch this thing, automatically refresh. So from now onwards we'll use live server. This is how to use the live server. It's very easy, and I will close it so that we don't have to go back and refresh it every time. So that is done, and this is so. Now let's get started with the tags, which is the main thing of HTML. Okay, so the first tag which we are going to learn is the okay. So first tag is the h1 tag. So I will remove all of these things. I have told about the structure and all. So I'll remove all of this thing, and then I will first do the h1 and heading 1 and h2 heading 2 h3 heading 3 h4 heading 4 and 5. So there are 6 header tag. Okay, heading 5 and 6 header tag. These are known as header tag. Okay, h6 till h6 heading 6. Save it, and now see, they have been tell like this. They have been represented like this. H1 is the biggest, and then it's keep on decreasing in size. H2 is like this, and H5 and H6 are very small. In fact, we don't use this that much because the next tag which we are going to do is the paragraph tag, which is almost equal to this. So with this, we can control the size. But how can we run program in folder like outside? I didn't got you. So HTML is not even a program. It's not even programming language. Programming language is started with JavaScript. This is just like a templating language. It is not even considered a programming language. Okay, that much I can tell because I'm not understanding much. Okay, so this is there h1, h2, h3. It is showing like this. These are all the headings. Okay, all the headings are there. Headings 1 to heading 6. So these are all the heading tags. And one thing is there, everything is coming at different lines. So there was a lot of space here. So all of this could have fitted in one line, h1 to h6, but it came in different line because I will tell later on more about it, because it's a block level element. We have something known as inline tags also. So that is like that. So h1 to h6 are there. Now before moving to the next tag, I will tell about another thing which is known as a comment. So comment are used by programmer a lot to uh, add some comment to it. Means I will add a comment which will not be seen by the outside user. See, the end user will see this, not this. So they will not understand that thing means what is there and all. So program like outside execution, are you talking about this, how to do from here? So because that will be way too much tough for the audience right now, because that's why I'm not telling to do it from terminal and all. And I'm not running anything here. I'm not running anything. Yeah, that thing I'm not going to tell. I can tell, but I'm not going to tell because a lot of people here are totally beginners. And terminal, this is known as a terminal. And Windows also, we have a command prompt. You come here, cmd you do, there is a command prompt is there. I have some advanced terminal. So this is the command prompt, you can run from there. The programs you can run from here. Okay, so that is there, you can run from here. Hi. So these are the headings. But what I was telling, heading tag, I'm writing this, I'm telling about comment. So comment are used by developer for themselves or for fellow developers, because in one program in big companies 10-15 developers work in the same project. Okay, so I will do this heading tag and do control like this, control and backslash, control and backslash I'm going to do. But for HTML CSS, you don't even need to go to the terminal and all. So they are, even for JavaScript also, you don't need to go that much. But the moment you start React, you have to start going to that terminal. So that's why I'm not teaching in the starting, so that everybody should not get scared and all of programming. Okay, so that is required later on. So heading tag is there. So I've given heading tag, and then I've selected all on and press the control backslash. I have done control backslash. Okay, I'll try to make it easy. Okay, so control backslash I did. Okay, and this is known as heading tag. Okay, so heading tag, these are all known as heading tag. So I've come here. So see, it is not been shown here. So this comment is for me only. This comment is for me only, me as a developer. This is not for the end user. Okay, this is not for the end user. That is like this. Now the next thing which you are going to do is the paragraph tag paragraph tag, and that's why I've written it, and I don't want to show it to the end user. So paragraph tag, control backslash I'll do. It will be shown like this. And paragraph tag, we have seen earlier, it is p, like starting and ending, and we will write again the lorem, and I will have another p also, and it will be lorem. I want a smaller lorem, I can give lorem 10. It will be a smaller lorem. So two paragraphs are be shown, this one and this one. And again here also there was a bit of a space here, but it has gone to the next line, and it has gone some space also, because they are known as block level element. We're soon going to learn about the inline element. So two things we have done, heading and paragraph. So the next thing which we are going to do is the anchor tag or the link tag. You all might have seen those link tags. Beautiful link tags are there, in which you click and you go to some other websites. Blue color tags I'm talking about. So we are going to link about the link tag. Here I'll come and do a, and it is like it has got some attribute. So this is not an attribute. In all these tags I have not given anything, but here I have to give something. So href I have given, and this is a keyword href I have given, and here I can give some website. Okay, so website I can give. So I'll give my blogging website. Okay, and pwd I'll write, save it, and if I go here, see what will happen. This twd is been created, this thing has been written, and this is in some purple color. If you are doing it the first time, it will show you in blue color. I have visited this website so many times, so it is showing me in this purple thing. And this is the link, this is the address for any website. All of the websites have addresses. So I will come here and I will click here, and see, it is opening in the same page. My website, it is opening in the same page. Okay, so I have to go back again. So it is opening in the same page. So first thing is that it's not a good experience. You might have visited some site in which you have clicked and it opens in a different tab. So how to do that? So for that we have to add something special to this. Okay, so we'll add that, and a. So now I will add maybe another website. I'll add, anyways, you're all seeing it on YouTube. Okay, so I'll add my another website. Okay, and I'll write here course about, I will write twd course I've done, and then this is done, but this is similar to this one. Then there is another attribute known as target equal to underscore blank, equal to underscore blank, equal to underscore. This is very important. Target is equal to underscore blank. I have to do, and I have to save it, and then come here. So there are one thing more I want to tell. See, as I've told earlier, this is a inline tag. I'm not told earlier, sir. Okay, sorry. So this is an inline tag. I've told that what are inline, there are inline tags also. So these are all block level tags. See what happening here. If I'm giving to h1 to their similar kind of tag, or even a paragraph tag, they are coming in the next line. They're coming in the next line, not in the same line. They are coming in the next line. So because they are known as block level element. But I have given two link tags and they are coming in the same line, because they are known as inline tags. They're coming in the same line. And the next thing which you are going to learn is that this thing, target equal to blank, I have given exactly. You have to give like this, and you'll come here and you'll click on it. So it is opening in the next page. It is opening in the other page. Okay, it's opening in the other page, not in the same page, it is opening in the other page, and here it was opening in the same page, same tab. Okay, so that's a good experience, so that's why you should always use this target equal to blank. That is done. Okay, so now we are going to move forward, and we are going to learn about list tags. Okay, list tags, I'm going to tell list tags, I'm going to tell. And list tags are like those small lists which you might have seen in the sites. Like, and for that I have to do a ul first. Ul means everything in html means something. Ul means there's generally a short form. Ul means unordered list. A means anchor tag, P means paragraph tag, H means heading tag. So something like this. UL I have done UL, and then li. Inside it I have to do an li. Okay, li I have to do an item 1, I have to do item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, and item 5. I have to do UL unordered list, and li means list item. Li means list item. Save it, and then I'll come here, and then this all these things are there like this. I means list item. Okay, so all these things are there, and the thing is that this small dots are been done. A list has been created, unordered list, but a list has been created. So similar to unordered list, we have ordered list also, which is known as OL. 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 OL means ordered list. Save it and see. Now the ordered list is like 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. It has been done. So the number is there. Okay. So if I increase something here like 6, both of these places I have increased one. So a number will increase here, and here one dot will be increased. Number and dot. So it is like this: ordered list and unordered list. Okay, ordered list and unordered list. And now we are going to learn about the most important tags in HTML, in CSS, and in JavaScript also, which is the form tag. Which is the form tag. Why it is important? Because see, you go to any site like Facebook. Why we use the target? We use the target so that it can open in a new tab. So use the target equal to blank. So why it is coming target equal to blank, we use for that. See, I told that. See, about us have got a target equal to blank. So I'll explain again. About us have got a target equal to blank. So if I click here, it is opening in the next page, but this one doesn't have target equal to blank. So if I click here, it is opening here only. For good user experience we have used. Okay, good question. So if you're not understanding, you can ask. Okay, so now we are going to learn about form tag, as I've told. So form tags are the most important tags and all. Is it used for blank? There might be some other properties are there, but mostly it is used for blank only. Target equal to blank. That is a sort of a keyword underscore. So you can search it. There are some other thing also. Someone was telling me in the previous class also. There are some other properties, but this is the most common property. And don't learn extra things, because again it takes a lot of time to learn extra things. It is used in this configuration only. Underscore blank. Okay, underscore blank. Okay, so that is there. Then, as I've told, we are going to learn about form tags. Form tags are the most important tags, and so I'm going to teach a lot about this form tags. Okay, and form tags are important because you go on Facebook, you enter, you register there, you log in there. So for whatever is there, you fill your email, password, then submit. All of these are from a form, and a lot of them in website. At least you fill 2 3 forms. Even the in Facebook you go, and in you do some post, and that is also a form. You create some post on Facebook, on LinkedIn. They are also a form. Everything is a form, most of those things, in which I am sending the data to the backend, because those data are generally sent to the backend, and that is something which is a bit advanced, but that is something which I specializes in, and which I teach for you to become a web app developer. So that is something later on which will come, because that will come once you start with React, or once you start with JavaScript especially, because you have to know means how to submit those things and all. Okay, so but mainly it is a work of the backend, and we are not going to go that deep into it. Okay, so anywhere anytime soon. So this is the form tag. Form tags is a collection of a lot of tags, okay. So okay, before the form tag I will tell another tag, which is one is known as a br means break row. It just create an empty space, okay. And one is known as hr, and hr means horizontal rule. So yeah, we need to select the content before commenting. So select the content and then control and backslash you give. Backslash is above the fn tag, and this will add this thing, or you can manually add this thing also, okay. So br and hr I have given. Hr mainly creates a space and hr creates a line like this, okay. So because we have come quite down and I want to have that form inside a line, so that's why I'm doing it, okay. So then after this I will have again a hr I will have, so that I have a line here also, and I will create the form inside it, okay. So form we have, so everything will be wrapped inside a form tag for a form. So this form will be there, and then I will have a label. So form tags, the inputs comes in a pair of label and input, or label or something else. So label is there, I'll do a name, then input type is text, and name equal to name, I'll do name equal to name, I'll do okay, type is text and name equal to name. So what is this? Type is text means it is a text box which we're going to see soon, and name equal to name, it is something which is required to uniquely identify it. I'll copy it, and I'll put again name, age is not type text, I will take it as type number, and this I will take it age. So this is for uniquely identifying it. Name equal to name, it's a name equal to age, to uniquely identify it. I will save it, come back, see this label what I have written here, it came in their name, and this age came here, and this is input type text, name is name. So text box has been created. You all might have seen this to enter the username and all, although it is not, it is very ugly. With css we can beautify it, so css is for beautifying everything, okay. So this is there, and the age is a number, type of number. Hi, so let me do, and here I can do something like enter my name, and age, it is something I can enter the age and all, and age has got this thing also, type number. So I can increase it also from here. So this is like the type number, okay. So this is there, and this is the two of the things. So we'll add a bit more, but before adding a bit more, everything is coming in one line. Notice that everything is coming in one line. The reason is that label and input are both again inline tags, so it is not coming in the other line. So but if I want it to come to other line, so I might have seen the forms in which name, age, email are in different lines. So how to do that? See, through css it would have been very easy, but we are now learning pure html. Css will learn after this. So how to do that here? So there is something known as a div. So there is something known as div. I'll do this div, and div is a block level element by default. So div I'll do, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this and bring it here inside this div, and again make another div and cut this and bring it here and save it. So I have these two divs. I'll come back. So let's see, both of them are coming at different lines. Both of them are coming in different lines, and because I want this to come in same, so I have given a div around it. So it is like this. So it is coming like this, but it is again very close to each other. These two things is again very close to each other. So how do I fix it? So I have to fix it with something known as br. Div tag is div tag only, it doesn't means anything. It is just I've used it to add some block level element kind of a thing. Block, make it a block kind of a thing. Make it like h1, like it should go in the different line, it should go. And so there I need some space, more space I need. This is very close, so I do a br and I save it. So I will have some more space here, more space is there. And all that is very ugly, and we are going to beautify it in the css part. After html we are going to do css, and we are going to beautify it. Css is used to make beautiful websites, okay. So that is like that, okay. So after this Now we'll learn some more tags. So the other tag which in form only, as I told, form is one of the most important thing. So I'll go to div, and here I'll do a label, and message I'll do, and text area I'll do, and I don't need this many things. Okay, so text area I'll do, and then message. So text area is like input type text only, but it's a bit different. One difference, another difference is there. I will add a br also here. One difference is there, it has got an ending tag. Okay, one thing I didn't told, that input never have an ending tag like this text area or label. Input is like this only, you don't need to give an ending tag, like it is only starting. Okay, but this text area, it is required to have an ending. You don't put anything inside it, just you have to do this. Now if I go back, see this text area, it's like an input box only, but I can type something. This is HTML basics, so I can type something in multiple lines. So this is known as text box. This is known as text box. So now the next thing which we are going to do is we are going to do div again, and we are going to learn about those drop downs. So those drop downs you all might have seen in Amazon website, or every website, or everybody goes to Amazon website or some other website. Those drop downs are there in which you can select anything. So how to do those? So again, I have given a div because of the reason which I've told earlier, to have all of those in different lines. I'm giving div to have all of those in different lines. Okay, label, and I'll do favorite color. Okay, so select is there, name is there. So name I will put as color. Okay, name I put as color. So again, I have to give a unique name. So name I put color, and then option, and value is maybe red, green, green, yellow. I don't know how it came. Yellow. So all these things I have written. I'll tell what is this value and all. So this have to come inside a select tag, and I have this option. I'll save it. So I have this nice drop down in which I can select anything, red, green, yellow. So this is without any styling, as I have told, it comes from CSS. So this is the basics, but all the structure comes from HTML. So this is like this, it will be looking. And but what is this small red, what is the small green, what is the small yellow? So these are something, the value which I have written, these are something which get passed to the backend. So we are not going to learn about backend anytime soon. uh, but backend, in my YouTube channel, in the last week of January, we are going to learn about backend, which is Node.js, which is the awesome backend thing. But you should also not go towards backend so soon, because it is for some time now for an advanced users and all. Because first learn the front end. Most jobs are in front end only. Okay, so this value get passed to the backend when you submit something in Facebook also. The data get passed in the backend, and that get saved in Facebook servers and all. You all might have heard that those Facebook servers are located in US. So Indian government, if we want to bring down a post, they don't have much control over it, and all those things are there because those databases are located in the US. Okay, so all those things are there. So red, green, blue, all these things will get stored in the database somewhere, anywhere the database is there. So all these things are there. We have this value. So don't worry much about this, but whatever I writing it here, it is what is shown here: capital red, capital yellow, capital green. It has been shown. So this is like this, the select. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to learn is about check boxes. Okay, check boxes we are going to learn. All of us might have seen those check boxes in which we can select multiple options and all. So for that, I'll come here and do a br here. Okay, and a div here, and then I will have maybe h4, because I'm going for a title. And what do you own, I am going to do what do you own, and I'll have an input type text, not text type, check box. I'll have an input type checkbox, name equal to vehicle 1 and value equal to bike, or even the name is, let the name also be bike, and label, or I need want for label, I'll do give it bike, C, Control V, R, R, R. So this all I've given. I do one, save it, and if I go here, so this check boxes have been given, and I can select both of them or one of them. So this is a very common thing which most of you might have seen. So this is how we make the check boxes. Here the name is, again, as I've told, name is unique, which you have to give, and value is again something which will go to the backend, so don't have to worry about much. And see, here I've given label at the end. It doesn't matter wherever you, label is mainly for the text. For the text you can give it anywhere. Okay, so it is done like that. Now the next thing which we are going to learn here is the radio box. So not always we have to select the thing which, all of the thing. There's certain cases in which I want the user to be able to enter only one thing. In that case, the radio boxes comes into place. All of us have used that to enter gender in a website. So gender can be one only, so we enter gender through those radio boxes. So I'll do br, and then the div, and then label is gender, not label, I will make it a h4 as gender, and then input type is radio, and name equal to gender. Radio boxes are also known as radio groups, and value equal to male. Okay, and then label male, radio gender female, other save it, and see if I come here. Here I can select all of them. But here I can select only one of them. The moment I select something else, the earlier thing is gone. The moment I select something else, the earlier thing is gone. So this is like that. The earlier thing is gone. And one more thing is that input type radio, the name is common. Here the name was different, but here one rule is there. In radio boxes, the name should always be common. That's why they are known as radio groups also. So only one value is passed to the backend. So anyways, we cannot choose two values here. In the checkbox we can pass two values, but here we can pass only one value. So our form has taken nice shape. So the last thing which we are going to do is we need a button to submit the form. So we are going to do that. So for that, again, I'm going to have a br and a div, and here, so there is something known as input type submit. So type submit, the moment I do it is for to form submit. Okay, and value also I have to write value equal to maybe send, and write save it. So see, I have a button. So button is created. Input I submit, a button has been created, and I write everything and do this send. See this closely. It get refreshed. This get refreshed. This thing. This get refreshed. So this is the default behavior of the form. If you do a input type submit, the form get submitted. The form gets submitted. And this is something which we control through JavaScript and all. So we cannot control it right now. To JavaScript only we can control this submit and all those things. Getting all the data, sending it to the backend is done through JavaScript. All the click thing, you click on a button and something is to happen, that happens through JavaScript. And Java and React is a JavaScript library. So that is like that. So it's based on JavaScript, completely based on JavaScript, but completely different also from JavaScript. Yellow color twice I written. Where did I write yellow color twice? No, I didn't write yellow color twice. It is red, green, and yellow. Okay. I didn't wrote yellow, and you can write it. It doesn't matter. But I didn't wrote it. Okay. So that is like that. Thanks. Okay. So input type send. So this completes our form. So this completes our form. All of the forms. But when I have come to button, I will tell that we can do button tag on our own also, means like that, by ourselves. So if I come here and again I have to do maybe a br. Okay, and here there is a tag known as button tag. I'll do, and like again control backslash, and I'll do button and click here. I'll write, and it will create a normal button, but it is different than the input type submit. Okay, input type submit, when I do this, refresh thing is happening, this nothing happened. Okay, there is one more thing which I have to tell, that which you have to learn. So our HTML will get complete soon, means nothing much is remaining in HTML except the image tag. Okay, but if I have come to form, so let me tell one thing. So see, a lot of people come to me, how much HTML we have to learn. They all go to the most famous site, which is the, if you go for HTML tutorials, I think that site will only open, W3C site will open, and most people will go through this W3C site only. This is the number one thing, and they will go here and they will come here and be confused because there are way lot of things. This is a 6 month worth of stuff. If you go to each one of them, this is a way lot. So as I told, you don't need to learn all of them. Even if you go to this Canvas and SVC, people do this for 6 months and then come back to me that we have not been able to get a React.js job. We are doing HTML only for the past 6 months. How you will get it? So you don't have to learn all these things here. All these things are not necessary. Only the things which I have told, they're necessary. And beside that, as they have also given, the HTML forms is very much important. You come to here and there is HTML type input is there, and here all the different types of inputs they have shown. I have shown 4 5 type of inputs, but there are more than 15 types of input. And nowadays, and this all came after HTML5 was introduced. HTML5 was introduced in 2015, so they have a lot more things are there. And they have something this, try it yourself. So we can give the calendar, nice calendar also. This is all coming from HTML only. We have not written any code. HTML, this calendars you all might have seen, this calendar and all are coming from there. So this, that's why it is that much powerful nowadays. HTML itself is that much powerful. So you all should go through this and learn about the different things. And even this, see this type range, even these things can be done through HTML. We have not written any CSS code and all, so these all things can be done. So go through this and learn only this thing, and let me put it on the chat. So learn only this and do HTML from my this tutorial. That's why I don't teach HTML again. The next thing which I teach is the CSS beginners to advanced course, which is a 1 week long workshop. Okay, so that is already been completed. I will give the link also here, because next week it is JavaScript week on my YouTube channel. So that is there. And let us go with the last thing. Yeah, go through it again, you will understand. Is label is if I tell that label is just to give the text, we use label. So label is, it comes in pairs. If I give a label, then there is an input or anything is there input. Label is just to use to give the text, like this byte text, whatever I write inside it, it will come. Label is for that. And select tag we have to give, and then this option, because of this option, this things comes, this things whatever is written here, this will come here because of the options. Okay, label. Okay, one thing I've run wrong, this thing should be h4, sorry for that. Favorite color, okay, h4 it should be. Okay, so label is not required there in this. Even label is not required in the select tag. Okay, so that is there. Like label is always generally used input or text area and all those things. And you just give the option, you just increase it. Blue, blue. I'll have one more. So this is like this. This is like label. Okay. So label and select. Okay. So hope it is clear now. So now we will learn about another thing known as the images, which is site in the websites. The images are very important to put. So I'll come here and here I'll put images, and in this I have to put some image from the internet. So let us put some image from the internet. So images folder I have created. This is the folder. I have created a folder, and I'll go to the internet and go to the famous Unsplash site in which you can get free images, totally royalty free images. So desktop setup, I'll go and select this one, and yeah, I will select maybe this one, medium size. Select, save it. Okay, so this image is there. I'll cut it by Control X, and I will come here, and this is my another. So images folder has been created. I'll go here, paste it here, and unsplash. And this is a very big name, so I'll do it as unsplash.jpg only. So see, now the image is with unsplash.jpg. It has been saved. Now I have to show this image on this site. So how to do that? So for that we have something. Let me have some br here also, and we have something known as image tag. Image tag is there. Label is just used to give the text, nothing else, and it is just the standard that we use it with input. Not just the text. All the texts are been shown because of labels in most of the cases. This text, this text, this text, it comes in pairs with the input tag, text area. So in those we have used the label. Okay, hope it is clear now. Image tag I have given, and image I'll give img and press. So image tag have two things. One is the src and one is the alt. Src, you have to give the exact path in which the image is there. So image is there in the images folder. So we have to give the images folder backslash and unsplash.jpg I have to give, or unsplash.jpg, whatever is there, the name of the file I have to give. And alt, I will write maybe computer. Alt is something which I will soon tell what it is. Save it. If I go back here, so the image has been shown, and it is quite big image. So I have to see, I have to go this side. I have to go this side. Quite big image, so I have to go this side. So this is the image. Okay, this is the image like this. Then now it is there. So some other things, so we can control image in a very good way from css, because this is the last tag I'm teaching. After that we will go to css. But what is this alt I have given? So suppose this image is not been able to load. Suppose in India most of the people watch it through their mobile, and sometimes the mobile network goes. Suddenly you're going in a train, going through a tunnel, and the mobile network goes away. So I will not be able to see that, so that image will not be loaded. So what will happen, something should be shown. So that's a alt tag is been here. Suppose the developer do something wrong. Suppose I do like this unsplash, there is nothing like that. So I'll save it, and now see this, computer is been shown. So see this here, computer has been shown, because the image, it was not able to load the image. Control Z, Control S, again it is shown. And there are some other tags. So this image is quite big. I don't want this much big image, because I want to see the whole image. I don't want it to scroll and see. So there are two other tags also which we can, yeah, alt is for screen reader also. You can say for screen readers also. So someone tell very good, alt is for screen readers also. So screen readers are what? Screen readers are this special tools. See, W3C wanted the web to be accessible to everyone. So even the people who have difficulty in seeing, blind or partially blind, they can go through the web. But how they will go through the web, you'll ask. So there are some special tools known as screen readers. So that tool they install in their laptop or mobile or whatever, and then they run it. They go through yahoo.com or any.com or any news site. Suppose they want to go to some news site, they'll go there, and they can anyways type, or anyways now Google is also there, so they can tell Google to open yahoo.com or not. So that screen reader software will read everything. In this site it is there. So image, so suppose there is an image of a mountain, so screen reader will come, and the developer have written alt tag mountain. So screen reader come here, okay, next is an image of a mountain, it will tell like that. But if you don't give the alt tag, then that blind person is not able to understand that there is an image of this tag. Okay, for class you will send an email for practice. What email? I don't understand. Email is to get you a participation certificate. As I've told earlier, that whoever attend the complete class will get a participation certificate from my company. So that is for that. So practice and all, if you want practice, you can get connected with me. Maybe you are from some of my WhatsApp group. You can ask me how to practice. I can do, because as I've told earlier also, this is not enough. HTML is enough, but CSS and JavaScript is not enough. It takes me 1 month to teach CSS, JavaScript, React, and it will take you around 3 to 6 months to implement that knowledge, because you have to create a lot of projects. Come get connected with me, be in connection with me, book that one-to-one with me. You can book a one-to-one with me. Okay, you can book a one-to-one with me also, and I can guide you what to do next for the next 3 months to 6 months, totally free of cost. What to do means, if you want, you can learn it on yourself. I'll be more than happy. Okay, so that is there. And SRC, okay, there are some other tags, other attribute also here. One is this width is I can control like 300, and height is equal to 200. Okay, save it. And anyways, this video which I'm doing live, it will be there on my YouTube channel. You can come anytime and see it, so everything gets back there in the YouTube. So that is there. And width and height have given. So now I will come and then see the width and height have given. So it is looking much more small, 300 width and 200 width. So this is how we can control, and we can control much better with the CSS. So we are done with the your HTML basics, and as I told, you have to learn this much only, and except that you only learn that input types tags which I have shown, and learn only that. So now it's time to get into CSS, because we have to complete JavaScript also. Although I am going to complete only the basics of it, so that the people who are not from non-IT background, they can learn about it. And CSS I have covered in deep this week only, because every week I take this workshop. So CSS has been covered this week live, and if you want to attend the next CSS class, it will be on the first week of February. But anyways, if you want to learn from me, you should go back to those CSS classes, CSS playlist. If you want, I can someone can give the CSS playlist. Okay, someone is helping me. Okay, so let me ask someone if someone can provide the CSS playlist here in the. Okay, I think someone cannot provide the CSS playlist. The reason is that you cannot paste links here in YouTube and all. I only can paste links, so let me only provide the CSS playlist. Okay, one sec. So CSS is done, and right now I'm going to tell all of CSS, but very basics of it, so that it will be easy for you. And it's always good to learn live, but then also if you want to do the CSS, I will give it, means how to do it. And okay, and please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. That it helps me to reach more people like you who want to be web app developer, please do like also this video, like this video, and please do subscribe. Okay, so the playlist I am going to give. So CSS is done yesterday only, it is completed. 5-day workshop I take every month. CSS beginners to advanced playlist. So it's around 6 hours. It's around 6 hours playlist. Every day 1 hour I took. So 5 videos are there. So this is the CSS beginners to advanced playlist. You can see that. Okay, so that is there. And but now also I'm going to start with CSS, as I have told that HTML, CSS, JavaScript will be done. So for that I'll close this and let's start with CSS. Okay. I don't teach much of Angular. I don't teach much of Angular because although I've done one Angular playlist, Angular week on my channel, but I tell people don't go with Angular, go with React only, because the most number of jobs are in React. So don't go with Angular. You are going to waste your time. But if you're in some company in which Angular is used, please do Angular that time only. And or else if you want to, and you know React, then go with Angular. It will add to your resume, but don't go with Angular. If you're working in a company in Angular use, then definitely go for Angular, but or else don't go for Angular, because Angular very less jobs are there. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to learn now CSS is used for styling, and again not much theory. Let's jump directly into the main thing. So again I am going to create a new folder, CSS, because all of you know CSS you to beautify things, beautify this ugly looking web HTML which I have created. So the structures will be there, but I should write the basic spelling right. Okay, so this is there, and again I have to open with this code. Again it is opening the old thing. I have to open the new window. Maybe for you also it will open, and again I will drag this CSS basics. I will drag it here, so it will open. And again, CSS means the basic HTML layout needed to be there, or else where I will put the CSS. So index.html, so it comes after your HTML is done. So index.html I have to create, and CSS which we generally give it in a different file. So I will give it in a style.css file. I will give. So this is dot CSS means CSS. I have to give it in a different file. So index.html I have done, and again I will give this. Okay, and created it CSS basics, and let us have an h1 CSS crash course. I'll do save it. Now I will right click and open with live server again. Okay, so CSS crash course has been shown again, because with HTML it is like everything is black, and everything is black only with HTML. So I have written this. So now I want to style it. So how do I style it? Okay, so for that I have to come here, and this h1 tag is there. So CSS is written like this. So I'll copy this I'll have this h1 tag, and then I have to write CSS for this. Again, CSS is a lot, more than 10,000 tags will be there for CSS. Don't learn all of them, but don't learn the thing which I tell today, because in my playlist, CSS playlist, it is 6 hours of CSS training, and it is more than enough for you to get into CSS, because I teach modern layouts like flexbox and grid also in that, and that is more than enough in CSS. So go through that CSS playlist, and this is only the basics I will touch, so that people can know what is CSS, so that people who are just coming to web development, they want to just come into web development, they can know what the hell is CSS. Okay, they should know. So h1 I will target, and then there are certain properties for CSS, a lot of properties actually, and we'll learn the important one. So like this background color is there. So background color is to give the background. So background color I will give, and maybe a lot of colors are there. I will give this maybe aquamarine I will give, and then there is something known as color. I will give it as maybe it is maybe I'll give it as brown, because on lighter darker should go. I'll give it as brown, save it, and see, it will look like this. Okay, it is not showing anything. Why it is not showing anything? Because even though I've given everything, the HTML should know that there is a style.css. They should be linked. So I will do a link, and link rel equal to style sheet I have to give. This is all thing you have to give like this, and href equal to style.css. So this tag you have to include in the head only, not in the body. In the head you have to include this thing. You have to include this line. Save it. Now I go see this. It is looking so beautiful. So it is looking like this. Brown. This your color is brown. Background is your aquamarine, something like that. So there are a lot of colors are there. I will tell more about that, and let us make it even more beautiful. And there is something known as padding, so we'll learn more about it later on. Padding. So padding is there, which you can give, and padding 10 pixel. Per pixel is the unit of measurement. I'll give this 10 pixel, and see, there is some space around it, and it is looking much more better. So this is how it has been done. So see, this we have done, and then now, okay, so you might have seen all these colors now. So this color have given like nice aquamarine, brown, and all these things have given. So there are different ways to give color. So this is, it is not like in CSS you have to give only color names, and between this is, we can give a lot of properties here. So this is the, and this is the property, and this is the value, and the values are in different units. The values are there in CSS. Okay, so background color and all these things are there. So first we'll learn about colors. So there are 4 ways to give colors, and we'll learn about all the 4 ways. This is the only the one way we have told to give color, which is the this way, in which I write the color name. Aquamarine I have written, brown I have written. So all those common colors are there, plus there are some other crazy kind of color names are there. How crazy are they? Let us see that. Okay, so I have a site for that, where what are the color names which are available in HTML and CSS. So let us see that, and come here, color names. So modern browser supports 140 color names. So 140 color names are there which can be used. Okay, 140 color names. Okay, so if I come here and okay, good. Okay, so showing me GoDaddy ad. I just told about GoDaddy and showing me GoDaddy ad. I didn't even search about GoDaddy. If someone can see this, how powerful Google is. I never searched for GoDaddy. I just tell in this. Okay, so that is a different thing. Okay, so that is there, and 140 color names are there. Total 140 colors are there. Okay, and color names, and before 2015 there were hardly 30-40 color names. Okay, but now there are 140 color names after 2015, and some of them are really crazy, like Indian red, fire break, light pink, hot pink, dark orange, khaki, medium purple, rebecca purple, all these things, dark magenta, lime, chart reuse, all these things are there. But one thing is there, this is, sir, need color up to CSS crash course only. What should I select? Need color up to CSS crash course only. Go through CSS crash course completely. I think I teach this color in day one only. Day one only I taught it. Today now also I'm telling it, and I will tell it. So go through that, you will learn it. Okay, so that is there, and but this is not everything, because there are just not 140 colors in the world, and in CSS there are just not 140 colors. There are way lot many colors are there, and which colors are there, we'll see those. Okay, So if I come here, and you will get a lot of color pickers in the internet, and color picker is here also. If I hover my mouse over here, this is known as a color picker. I can choose, see, I can move it around a bit, and I can choose the color. So as I've told, there are millions of color in CSS which you can use, and there are, but through a different system we use those million of colors. So what is it, what are the differences? There are three systems for that. So first system which I will tell is the most oldest system, and it is used the most, and that is known as hexadecimal system. So hexadecimal system is something like this. This is the hexadecimal system, and see, if I move this thing, this is a color picker, and I can move this thing anywhere, and I can get any color in red. I can go here, go here, go here, and every color I can do this. So there are millions of color. So what is this hexadecimal? So hexadecimal, first, the hexadecimal is a numbering system. Okay, so we all might have learned this hexadecimal system, but not remember it. We don't remember it right now. So what are the different hexadecimal color systems out there are like something? Means first, what is the hexadecimal actually? So we all, whatever we do is known as decimal system, which is 0 to 9. 0 to 9 is decimal, which we do the modern system, and that is a base 10 in mathematics. So we have learned this in mathematics in sometime 7th or 8th something in India. So base 10, that is a base 10 decimal system which we follow. Then there is another base 2 also, which is binary, which the computer uses 0 and 1, which is binary of base 2. And there is a third system which is known as hexadecimal system, which is of base 16, 1 6. Base 16, because it is from, in that hexadecimal we have 0 to 9 also, and there is something A to F also. We can use A to F alphabet also, and 0 to 9 also. So total 16 things we can use. So it is much more, we can store more numbers than a decimal system through an hexadecimal system. Okay, so that's why the CSS people choose the hexadecimal over the decimal system, so that we can, computer can store more things. And so don't, no need to learn much about it, because we can set it from a color picker. And one more thing is that, so you are seeing that 6 digits are there. They specify something. Okay, they specify something. I can think we can decrease the width of heading tag. Yeah, we can do everything from CSS. Okay, so yeah, so I was telling, this hexadecimal is a combination of 6 digits. So each 2 digit specifies something. So first two, second two, last two. See, the thing is that human eyes can see only three color, combination of three color, which is red, green, and blue. Other organization, other animals are there who can view some other spectrum and all those things. So I don't. Maybe you can learn about it. But human can see only a combination of red, green, and blue. So first two stands for red, second two stands for green, and third two stands for blue. Third two stands for, I don't have any notes, you can go through it. I don't have any notes. Okay, so that is there. Red, green, and blue are there. So this is red. First two are red, second two are green, and third are blue. So red, green, and blue. But that when combine those three combination, one color is born out of that, and that is this color. So you don't have to learn much. This is just a theory thing, but an interesting theory thing. That's why I always tell. So this I can choose and I can do it. So I will put this hexadecimal. Okay, hexadecimal somewhere, maybe in the body I will give hexadecimal. So body also we can give the color. Body I can give the color. Okay, body I can give the color. So I can choose the whole of the body and give the background color for it. Okay, so I will give the background color as see, it is showing me hash, but I will not give this. I will, maybe I will choose from here only. So another way I'm telling. See, I hovered my mouse over here, then I will come here. So, and let me make it a light. So I want to make it a bit of lighter because it is the background color. So maybe a purple type of light. So it is giving me the exact hex code. Yeah, I will share the but I will share the code actually for this. All the code I will share. Okay, so that is there. See, the background is like nice purple kind of a background is there, and I've choose the hexadecimal system. So there are two other systems are there which you can see from here only. So I'll tell from here only. So the other system is RGB. So as I told that human I can see only a combination of three colors, red, green, and blue. So it also says that thing only: red, green, blue. Red, green, and blue are there. So again, when we change something here, all the three systems changes. HSL is also being changed. Okay, so okay, so that is there. So let us put that we have something. Let us have something more also here as three best ways to learn CSS, and we will have a P also, low rum. I'll do save it, and I have this now. This h3 and P also I have. So let us do this h3 and color. Maybe the color I will give like this. So color always give, I will give the dark color. So RGB is this, and I'll give this colon, save it, and if I go, see, this is kind of this red color. Okay, so now the another thing is like this HSL. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. But this is a complicated system in which what happens, the saturation and lightness are different things. So saturation means that, like TB also saturation we have seen. Saturation is that. Lightness we can increase. You see, both of them are percentages. And this first thing, hue is actually the color, but it is a 3D kind of a color. From that 3D thing, I can select the color. So that 16 or some value, that only stands for the color value. So all of this thing. Okay, so paragraph I will give through that. Paragraph I will make some darker yellow. So HSL I'll choose, and paragraph is like color is like this. HSL, save it. Okay. So it's, but it is I'm not able to see it. Okay, so make it more dark. Yeah, maybe it became something like golden thing it has become. So now I am able to see it. Okay, so that is done. So now we will learn about fonts. So fonts. So what are different kinds of fonts? So as in the Microsoft Word, most of us have worked. So Microsoft Words also fonts are there. So in CSS also a lot of fonts are there. Because the computer has a lot of fonts. All the websites you go, it has got some font. So font is given by some tag known as font family. I'm giving you the body so that it applies to the whole of thing. So font family I'm going to give font family, and here I will give Arial, Helvetica, and Sans Serif. I'm giving three fonts. Okay, I'm giving three fonts. One is Arial, one is Helvetica, and one is Sans Serif. Quite common fonts they are. Okay, so what is this? Means why I have given three fonts, not one font only? Because the second and third are known as the fallback font. Even you can give 10 fonts also. The rest of them will be known as fallback font, and this is the main font. By default, if this font is available, the browser will show this one. If this font is not available, then only it will go to Helvetica and Sans Serif. Okay, so why it will not be available? See, because if you see my tab only, I'm using Chrome, I'm using Firefox. In fact, it is Firefox Developer Edition. So those are made by different companies. So Firefox is made by Mozilla, Chrome is made by Google, Safari is made by Apple, and Edge is made by Microsoft. Internet Explorer is retired. If you're using an old version of Windows, you will find it. In the newer version, you will not find Internet Explorer because it was having a lot of issues. So those are there. So all these fonts and all, they are been given by different people and all. So sometimes what happens in those browsers, some font will not work. So if that font doesn't work in that browser, suppose in Safari, Arial doesn't work, but it will work because it's got common font. Suppose I take some experimental font and that is not there in Safari, so it will go to the Helvetica. If Helvetica is not there, it will go to Sans Serif. If Sans Serif is not there, there is some default font of the browser, it will go to that. So that's why we always give the this your fallback fonts. These are known as fallback fonts. Okay, that is there. So this is a common font, it is not looking very good. So I will tell another way that we will get some really cool looking fonts. Let me add that font in the paragraph, I'll add it here only. So I'll make it big better. So there is a font which I like, which a lot of you will see that a lot of people will use, because by default in the browser the fonts are really means not that good. So there is something known as Google. Again, Google have a lot of free services like this Google font. Something known as Google font is there. Go there, search for Google font, and it will open this all cool fonts. And the most cool fonts are this cursive fonts, which is not very much easily available in the normal. So I'll come here. I will, maybe I'll choose this one. Okay, and then I have choose this one. I have to do this, select this style, then this thing I have to click, and it will show me this here. Okay, and then I have to go to imports, copy this, come here, paste it here, import, I paste it on the top. Don't need to know much about it, but one thing you should know, that it is coming from the internet. I have got a link here. Okay, I'm telling it for a reason. Then I will come here in the paragraph. So everything else has that font, but the paragraph have this font family. And what is this font name? Font name is so font name I can take it from here. Font name is like this big. So Google font, even if it is not 2 words, you have to give this quotes. It is necessary in Google font. So I will give this quotes, and then here you should always use a fallback font, because one thing is that it is, I'm taking it from Google, although it will be there 100%, but I'm taking it from an internet link. Suppose suddenly the internet goes away, as I've told, and then it have to fall to the fallback font. Okay, so this I have taken, and then I will go here. See this, it is showing us nice cursive writing, but again it is very small and I'm not able to see much thing. So the thing is that I should increase the font size. So again there is something known as font size. So here the font size comes into play. Font size is very small, so font size I'll make it as 20 pixel. I'll soon say what is this 20 pixel. Okay, so 20 pixel I'll do. So see, it has increased the font size to 20 pixel. Now it is much more better, but it can be much more better if it is bold. So there is a font weight also is there. Font weight by default it is normal. There are some other things are like the bold, bolder, 200, 300, 400, 500. Not much, around 10 properties are there. You can search it out. So, but the most important is that bold. So I'll make it bold and save it. So see, now it is bold. That is much better. So this golden cursive writing font, I think it is much more good looking. Okay, so that is there. So now we look into some other property, which is, see, there is some line, this there is some line height. So there is some distance between two of the lines. So that is also we can control. So that we control by something known as line height. Line height we control, and I'll do 1 point, maybe 1.8 em. So em, so I'm going to tell about all of these things. What is this em, what is it px? Em I have done. See, the line height have increased now between these two lines. So this is for line height. So now you might have seen this, what is this em, what is this px, and all those things. So I will tell the difference about that em and px and all those things. So the thing is that px is the most common thing. Most of you are going to understand it much better. The more bigger you make the px, the more bigger it becomes. And by default the whole browser, the font size is 16 px. That is given by the company. All company have to give that, means Chrome, Firefox, they have to make that is mandatory. So default font size is 16 px. You can control and do anything with it. Anything you can, h1 you can make the whole page also. The font size, you keep on increasing the font size, it will increase. But what is this pixel? So pixel is nothing but that same pixel which you have in monitors, tvs, and all those things. We all might have heard that the more pixel is there in 1 centimeter, that the tv or the monitor, it is much more better. The hd, it is high, it is a hd tv, it is an ultra hd tv. If in 1 centimeter there is more pixel is nothing but the dot. So this all monitors and tvs are created with a dot is there, one dot. Those dots are pixels. Okay, so in 1 centimeter that is there. But it is not exactly so, we cannot measure it accurately, because all monitors have a different pixel. I might have more pixel. So the w3 as W3C. W3C is actually which controls HTML and CSS. They have their own TV, which is for when they created this pixel unit, which is for 3000 dpi, density per inch. So they have created pixel based on that. For us, for a layman term, it is just like you increase the pixel, it will increase the size, as simple as that. But there is something more known as EM and REM. So EM and REM are different. Okay, EM and REM are different. So how different are they? So what is this EM and REM? So to understand that, we have to understand it with, okay, we'll come down here and we will wrap this whole thing with a div. I will wrap this whole thing. So this whole thing with a div. So it will come inside it. Whole thing I have wrapped it with a div. So nothing difference you'll see here. Just I wrap it. So now I'll come here and this div I will make it as font size as 10 pixel. Okay, and font size as 2em. So see, so now what is there? So em means whatever the parent is there. Now the parent of p is div. Parent of p is div. Whatever the parent is there, based on that, if it is some pixel, so 1 em is that pixel. So 1 em equal to 10 pixel, 2 em equal to 20 pixel. If I make it 3 em, it is 30 pixel because the parent is 10 pixel. 3em is 30 pixel. So and there is something known as rem also. Okay, rem. If I give this rem, it is even much more bigger than that. Why? Because how you move that into a div. Okay, I'll tell one sec. So okay, so rem means RAM. Okay, rem means RAM. So what is that? RAM doesn't belongs to the parent. So even if I do for the p, RAM means it belongs to the super parent or every parent of body. The body is, as I've told, by default the browser it is 16px. 14px is 16px. Okay, for 16px the font size is there. So 16 into 3 is the font size now. So font size is much more better. It doesn't depend upon this div and all. So it is like that. Div and ram, the difference is there. But one thing is that I do this thing, this two all have become very small because div is wrapping everything, and I made the whole of the div as wrap as 10 pixel. This is not a good thing to do. We'll see how to solve this issue. And someone asked me a very good question: how do you move this into a div? So let me again show. So okay, so this was like this, outside was like this, and I just created a div like this, and then press enter. Now how do I move it? I selected all of it, and then there is a shortcut. Either I can do a control X and control V. Control X for cut and paste, but I use another shortcut from VS Code, which is I press the alt and then the up arrow, down arrow, I can move it. Up arrow, down arrow, I can move it. So I can move it with the up arrow. Alt I have to keep on pressed, and I have pressed it. So this is how I moved it. So this is another shortcut is there. Okay, so that is there. And div, as I told, div is causing a problem. So we should not use we should never use this to give styles. Div, p, all these things. I'll say why. We have something known as classes and IDs. We should always use that to give style. So in bigger projects, in bigger companies, you are not even allowed to use this uh, uh, just using everything like h1 I'm doing, h3 I'm giving. See, in one project there are at least 10-15 front-end developer works. So if everyone gives it h1, h3 and all, so that will break the project, and that will make it very ugly. So we have something known as classes and IDs. We should always use that to give it. We should not generically use it like this. We have seen the problem here. I've given it in div and it had made everything very small, h1 and all very small. So we have two things: one is classes and one is IDs. So both of them are used to uniquely identify anything. Not div, I'm going to add it in a div. Anything you can uniquely identify, I can add it here, anywhere. So for that I will do a class equal to box1, or maybe better name is container. I'll have and then this container I'll go and I will add a style for this container. So this let me go a bit up after this. So this is a class is a key, and class is a keyword. I will have to do dot and then the container. So I always have to give this dot. This dot I have to give for classes. I have to give a dot, and this I have to give, and then I will make the background color as what is the main color right now. To make it as light golden rod yellow. I don't know what is it is. Light golden rod yellow I made. Dot container. No, it is not making it. Okay. Okay, I misspelled it. This class. Save it. Okay, now everything is this light golden rod, and it is very big. I have to make it small. I'll make it 1.8 RAM. That is okay. So the background is for the whole box has been made as yellow. Whole thing has been made at yellow. So classes is something which we can use multiple times. So I will copy this again, and maybe this p tag I will make it a bit smaller. Okay, and not have an h3. Okay. So save it. So this dot container is there, so I'm using it 2 times, dot container. Okay, and see it has been done like this. So them are done like this, dot container, dot container. Let us make it even much more better. So there is a padding thing which adds everything round, means some space around it. So padding, let me make it 10 pixel. I'll do, so it will be much more better, but not this is connected. So let me have some break row here. Now see, both of them are looking quite good, and see the same. If you want to apply the same styling to different places, you use class. Okay, so container, the same name I'm using. So suppose I want to apply some unique styling somewhere, so I will use the id. Okay, there's something known as id. So suppose the second paragraph I want to make it different from the first paragraph, and I don't want to use it anywhere else, so I will make it as second p. I'll do second p. I'll do, and here, so IDs are been given by hash. We have to give a hash here for ID, and dot for classes. Hash here I have given second p. Also, let me do one thing. Let me change the style for this, because the general p is like this. I will change the style for this, and I will make it normal, like not that thing like Arial. I'll make, and this I will make 1.2. This I'll make normal. This I'll make 1.4. This I will color, I'll make it as maybe as dark pink. Save it. So see, the second p has been like this, so totally different than the first p. Normal color and no cursive and all these things are there. Okay, so I should not make it, I was a bit smaller. Okay, so it is normal second p. So this is how we give the IDs. Okay, so that is done. Okay, so hope you all are learning something, and so already you have stayed here for a lot of time. Means it is now 2 hours. That's great, and I will give the attendance sheet in some time. Please do subscribe to my channel if you are not done yet, and please do hit the like button if you are attending and liking what I'm teaching. So that is done. So now we are going to quickly run about something known as, so this all things I cover in detail also in that CSS workshop. Also you can go through it. So around 6 hours of stuff is there. Okay, so and I will not go much today, but then also I'm teaching a lot because we have to cover JavaScript also after that, at least the basics of the JavaScript. So okay, so that is like that. Well, now what we are going to do, we are going to learn to style a table. Okay, we are going to learn to style a table, not table, we are going to learn to style a form. So how to style a form, because we have created a form which was very ugly actually, so we are going to make it a bit more beautiful. Okay, so let me have a br. So we have again gone a bit down, so pr hr and hr and br maybe again, and again we are going to have a form, and here class equal to my form div form. Again, this is a shortcut, div.form group I will do, and do a tab, it will create it. Okay, so a form, so I should use always this unique things so that I can target it easily. So as I've told that we should always wrap that label and input in a div, so that, and I am giving it a class name also because we are going to target it a common way. So label I will do again, label name like this, and input I'll do input type text name equal to name, and this I'll make it as email, and email I'll do again another one. I'll have it as same, I'll have a message, and message is a text area, so text area, message is a text area, name is message, and this is text area, and then I will have a input type submit, and let us have a class also here, class equal to button, and value equal to send, save it. If you come here, then again it's a very ugly form, nothing is there, and just like we created there, and now we are going to beautify it with css because that is what css does. So one golden rule is that if you go to my form, and we will learn the padding is there. I have told the padding is something which is around everything the padding is there. Okay, so I'll come here, and then my form, and padding is 20 px. Now see the difference, the padding has come around in this whole thing, and it is like 20 px. Now dot my form is dot form group I'll do, and then now I want to add some space between all these things, and in html we have added a br, but here we have access to a lot of other things like padding can be used individually also. I'll give padding bottom as 15 px is there, padding bottom as 15 px, and so it will add a padding bottom of 15 px. Okay, so next thing is that this, see this label is there, I want it to come to a different line. So one thing is that I can means add a br or add a div or something, but there is a much better way because this, both of these things are block level elements, so they are not inline elements, so they are coming in the same line, but I can make it a block level element through css is actually very powerful. So I'll come here and dot my form I'll do, and label I'll do, and it is like display block, display block I'll do, save it, and see now it is coming in a different line, display block. Okay, display block is coming in a different line. So now how to make it more beautiful. So we'll make it to extend completely, this line to extend completely, so that it can be more beautiful. So for that we have to add style to this input type text, or text area. All these three we have to add. So we can select all these three things in all, at least two things, in a different way, and we should know this thing. So dot my form input type text. So this is a way to select it, input type text. And we can add thing more thing here, like with this dot, with this comma, we can add more styles to it. And I will again going to select my form and text area. And then here I'll do first thing, I'll do a padding of 8 pixel, so that a bit of padding is there. So see, this has all become big, and padding is coming like this, that I can type something like here, and there is some space also here, so that is there. And another thing which I'm going to do is the width of 100%. And width of 100%, the moment I do, it will go till end, and it has already become very beautiful. All the form is now very beautiful instead of that normal thing. You can add another a lot of other things also in the here. So it has become beautiful. So now the last thing which is remaining, which is, it is almost perfect, it is to beautify this button. By default button looks like this ugly only. So we'll make it beautiful. Okay, so let us make it beautiful. And I will make it as button. It is not button, it's dot button. I have taken class as button, so dot button I'll do. And then, so I will have so there are a lot of ways to do this. So maybe I will make a width. Width is something with which you can create the means or we will make it with padding only. So padding is padding, right left is 0 and 15 px. So this is another way to give padding. Okay, so what I am given padding, I have shown other ways. So padding bottom and all those things. So this is another way to give the padding, in which what I'm giving top and bottom padding. No, yeah, top and bottom is 0, left and right is 15 px. Or it's better to give okay, let me show how it looks first. Okay, so it is in padding has been added here, but it's okay, I should add it here also. Means I think 10 px. Yes, top and down is 10 px, and right and left is 15 px. So it will show like this, already looking quite good. And then I have to increase the font size to maybe 1 rem. Font size is more, and font weight is bold, much better. And then there is a property known as border. So border I can give it at 0. So there is no border right now, and I want some border radius also. Border radius 10 px. So what is this border radius? So see, this round edges are been coming. So round edges are coming because of the border. And maybe the background, I don't like this color. Background is like dark magenta. So background I have made as dark magenta, but on dark background always the light color goes. So to see this on dark, it is showing as uh, dark black is been not shown good. So it's better to make it as white. So color as white I will make. Color as white I will make, and see, it is looking good. And there is another button property like this. I'm moving the mouse here. I don't know. Generally buttons have to click, so I should know I'm able to click it. Okay, so what I will do here, so there is a pseudo property, and all of these things I teach in detail in my workshop. I have already taught that playlist, I have already given. So button, and if you want to attend it live next month, it will happen next month. So button hover is there, and then maybe the moment I do a background is like dark dark blue, and cursor is pointer. So it means the moment I hover my mouse over it, background will be dark blue and cursor will be pointer. Background will be dark blue, and see the cursor is pointer. The hand has been changed. So this is how it is done. So this is how our font. This is how our form is made beautiful. So as I have told, means I will now move to JavaScript, because CSS and all you can go through that playlist and learn it, because CSS I cannot do it in 1 hour or 2 hour. It takes around 6 hours, and that has been done this week. So the recorded sessions I have already given the playlist, so you can watch the CSS beginners to advanced. And if you want to attend, it will be done next month, during the first week. All of you can attend during that time. Okay, that is there. Now the next thing which we are going to do, and the last thing, is the JavaScript. And JavaScript, again, I'm not going to take much, because JavaScript is starting on this channel next week, from Monday to Friday. JavaScript beginners to advanced, 8:30 p.m. IST to 9:30 p.m. IST. Okay, so that will start. So again, I'm going to go a bit fast. Okay, so JavaScript, the basics I don't teach through VS Code and all. So because JavaScript is not a visual thing. Okay, it is not a visual. It's a programming language which runs behind the scene. The moment I click some button and all those things, although that is also something which is very advanced. Before learning how to click a button, how to do something, there are some other things about the programming language which you have to learn. And JavaScript is a proper programming language. And as I've told earlier, you can have a career out of HTML, CSS only, and you don't even have to go to JavaScript. I know a lot of people who have built their career out of HTML, CSS, but you cannot go a bit far with HTML, CSS. There are some limitations with that, because you can create only website with HTML, CSS. Web app like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, they have to have JavaScript, and a lot of JavaScript actually. So the JavaScript part we are going to learn through an online editor known as JSBin. It's there. Through that we are going to learn. And here we can actually, nowadays this kind of online editors are there, in which you can do everything here you can do everything in this kind of online editors. Okay, so I can see HTML, I can see the CSS, I can see everything. So but we are going to see only the JavaScript. I'll close this all, and the console. So console is something which is very important in JavaScript. Console is something which I right click and inspect, and it is opening dock to the bottom. Let me do. So this is the console. This is where developer works a lot, means we see everything, all the developers. JavaScript is a proper programming language. It is not like HTML and CSS are not even considered programming language. Okay, they're not even considered programming language. So we can come here and see everything. So programs generally shows the output here. It doesn't runs here, it shows the output here. So this JSBin people, what they have done, instead of opening it here, you can directly see it here. I run the JavaScript program here, I run it, I'll see the console here. So they have done that thing. Okay, so just like this, I'll do console.log. Console.log is a function through which we can see any output. So like this, hello Java script I'll do. And those who want to learn JavaScript, next week JavaScript is starting. So hello JavaScript will be shown like this in the console. I ran it. Okay, I ran it. Okay, so now JavaScript, if someone is coming from an engineering background, and engineering they teaches Java or C++, I know. If you are coming from a CS background, they will teach you Java or C++. You're coming from electronics background, they will teach you C. So anyways, those are all very advanced languages and not used much in the industry. Now even if it is used, not much jobs are there. Okay, C++ is not, nobody touches that. Okay, those things are there. So those are known as higher level programming language, and JavaScript is much more easier than that. And they're also known as strongly typed language. So if you are coming from that background, you know that there is a integer, there is a string, there is a boolean type, and all those types are there. But in JavaScript we don't have all those types. There are only three things, which is known as var, which is from the start of JavaScript. Let and const are also there. All of these things in details I will teach in my upcoming workshop, 1 week workshop I will teach. And that again, there is a participation certificate is there also, but you have to attend all 5 days, so that is like that. Okay, so and okay, and also stay till the end. I am going to give the second participation form also, second attendance form, what I'm telling, second attendance form. And I'm going to tell a way to get my boot camp, and what is boot camp for free, or how to be a web app developer from, even from a YouTube channel you can become. Okay, so that is like that. And okay, so there are three kind of variables. One is var, one is which is there from the start of JavaScript, which was in 1995. Then there is let, and then there is const. So let me remove this. And var f name I'll do equal to bindu, let l name equal to Vishwas, and const full name equal to bindu Vishwas. Yeah. So now these are the way to store the variables. This is there in all programming language, but in JavaScript we don't have anything like integer or something. So it interprets in itself, var, let or const. It will interpret by itself, var, let or const. Okay, so then we can do a console log. So console.log of f name name name, and I will run it. So it will show me these things, all of these things. So what is the difference between var, let and const? Again, a bit of detail I'm not going to go right now, but the const thing I will tell. So const is something which you declare once, you cannot redeclare it again. So suppose like if I make a const as num equal to 6. Okay, and I can comment this out in JavaScript like this, saving anything, and again here also control and backslash will work. So this I'll do, and then I'll do num equal to 7. The moment I do this, it will give me error that this is not possible. But if I do it with a let and console.log of num, it's possible, it is quite possible. But in const it doesn't allow me. Okay, so all the people have waited for such a long time. It's time to give the second attendance form so that they can have time to fill it, because I might end in the next 15-20 minutes. And please wait till the end, because I'm going to reveal a very good thing, which I'm going to tell. I'm going to give access to 2 seats for my paid bootcamp. How you can get it, I will tell. Copy this. I'm copying, and I'm giving the fill the second attendance form. Okay, you have to fill both of them, then only you're going to get the certificate. So this is the second attendance form. First attendance form was given during the first part of it. Okay, so if you missed it, please watch the replay and all. So this is the second attendance form. Okay, and so let us go. So this is how const works. Okay, so let us do the another thing. So there are certain data types. Let me open another thing, JSBin JavaScript console. I'll open. So there are certain data types in JavaScript. Just like in every other programming language, there are data types in JavaScript also. So the data types are string, number, boolean, null, undefined, and symbol. So string, number, and boolean are there in other programming languages also. All of the Javas and the C++ and the C's, we have this also, string, number, and boolean. But this null, undefined, and symbol, null maybe it is there, but I have not done Java since a long time, so null is not there. And all undefined, null is there. I think undefined is not there. So, and symbol is something which is in ES6. So ES6 is a new form of JavaScript. Again, JavaScript has gone through a major upgradation, addition during 2015 when ES6 was released, and that is also something which I teach in my week-long workshop. Okay, ES6. But and this symbol we won't use much, so I'm not going to tell much. We generally don't. It's a way to give the arrays and all those things. Okay, so that is there. So let us see all of these things. So first I will see const name equal to Bindu, const age equal to 39. See what is happening here. I am giving here a string, here a number. So this is how JavaScript works. Okay, and const rating equal to 5.5. So I am giving, in other programming language, what happens, integer is also divided into two things. What is whole numbers, and one is the floating points. Here it is not like that. Everything is like const, var, let, anything you can take. But it is not like, we don't have to give a number or something. Const is trainer equal to true, like this, and const x equal to null, and let z is there, and we have given all of these things. So how to, there is an operator through which we can see the different type of the what is this means, we can see the type, mainly the type, what is the type of the database we can see. So console.log type of name, console.log type of age, age, after age I'll have ratings is trainer x and z, and I will run it. So first is it is not string is, it is coming, type of name is string, which is true because I told you this, anything you give in between single quotes and double quotes is string. And in JavaScript even there is another type of quotes. Let me show that quotes also, and that is known as backtick, and that was introduced in 2015. So I'll do this. So this is also quotes, this is also a kind of quote. If I run it, it will show as a string. So this is known as backtick. It is below the escape key, below the escape it is there. Age is also number, rating is also number. Then this is true. True is a boolean, true and false, only two values are possible, that is the boolean. Okay, so there is something known as null and undefined. So what happen if you, we generally the programmers give something as null, and if the programmer leaves something blank, the machine give it undefined, and both of them means there is no value, both of them means empty values, but one is assigned by the programmer or the user and one is assigned by the machine. And so I can give an example for that also. So the example is that, like all of us have you filled that college forms or the school forms. I recently filled for my kid, and my kid doesn't have a mid name. Yeah, in some I don't like mid names. I have a mid name, but I didn't give any mid name to my kid. So when there was a first name, middle name and last name, so mid name I have filled na. My means normal form as na means not applicable, na means null, not applicable. Or else if I would have left it blank also, a lot of time people leave it blank. So if I have left it blank also, when the clerk will see that and enter it in the key, enter it in the computer, all of us know in India it works like that only, and see that form and enters it in the computer, he or she will know that if it is any or it is blank, it means it, the kid doesn't have a mid name. I don't have to enter that in the computer. So that is like that. Na means null. So if the user enter, I entered something, it means it is null. If I didn't enter, it means it is undefined. Anyways, both of them means the same thing, which is there is no empty value. So this is like that. Okay, uh, so that is there. And okay, so let us look into one type which is known as array. Okay, so arrays are again a very important type in database, and we'll see. Okay, yes, no, I have to open the arrays and objects. So who are coming from programming background knows that arrays and objects are there, but so they are again a way to store data. See, I store data in this way. This is a string. This is stored somewhere in the computer memory and all those things. So these are variables and all. This is stored somewhere in the computer memory. So we have another type of data structure also. One is array, and the other is known as your objects. So let us see those, and then we'll end today, because JavaScript and anyways I'm going to start next week, and we'll do in much more details, complete detail, 1.5 hours class every day. So const lang equal to JavaScript comma Java comma C++ comma Golang comma 5 comma true. Okay, so that is there. And if I do a console.log of lang, do a console here, so it will show me this. So this is another way to store data, in which they are stored in a sequential order. In I have to give this bracket, and in a sequential order it is stored. And in JavaScript only we can have multiple data types. So you can have a string, I can have a number, I can have a boolean. In other language it is not possible. Either we have a string data type, either have a boolean, I have a number, all those things are there. Okay, so console.log lang I have done. And then how to access it? So how to access this? So I have to access it through the index way. So I will access it through like this too. And JavaScript arrays starts with 0. So 0 1 2. If I do this, clear it, it will show me C++. This is how they're stored, and this is how we will access it. And there are a lot of good things with arrays and all. There are a lot of functions and all, which I will again teach in detail. So suppose I want to remove these two are uh, something different, because all of this is string and these are different. So there is a method known as pop. So I'll do lang dot pop. So what does this method does? It removes the item from the end of the array. So I'll do this lang.pop, and console.log of lang. I'll do, okay, and see, it is showing me this. It has removed those two things, 5 and true. It has already removed. So like this I can add also something to the end, and I'll do that. And lang dot push of maybe Pascal, and again see, Pascal was pushed to the end. So this is how array is there. And this now let us learn about objects. So what are objects? And again I will comment this out. So objects are another way to store the data. Okay, so it comes in key value pair, and this is also quite popular in JavaScript, and it is different from the objects which we have learned in the higher order programming language like C++ and Java. Classes and object, it is different. So here, suppose I have const person equal to f name is Bindu, and l name is and age 9 is. Again I can have multiple things. So this is how it is stored. So it is a combination of key value pairs. This is key and this is value. This is key and value. So it is stored as a combination of key value pair. And the main thing is that after we store something, how we access it, that is the main thing. So this is the way to access it. This is the way to modify it. Way to access, way to modify. So those are the main thing in any programming language. Here also, how to access it. So there are two ways to access it. So first thing is that if I do a console.log of person will be shown here, and it will be shown like this. But this object is been shown, it's okay, means in JSBin shown like this, so it is shown like this. The order is, see, the order have changed according to this. Order doesn't matter here. But how to access something like f name or l name, how to access it? So there are two ways to do it. One is the dot notation, which is like person dot f name I'll do, and it will be access, I can access it. And the other way is like the bracket notation. Here I will have this as bracket, and I will have this as l name is there. L name is there. So see, this L name I have given, and this Vistwas is coming. So there is a benefit of this thing. So in this, in object, one thing is that left hand side or the key is always a string. So suppose it is always a string, and I can, but it is not necessary to give this dot, give this here. But suppose I want to have it completely last name, so I cannot give it with dot. Then I have to do it with last name like this here, and it is working like this. Okay, so with this we have come to an end, because I have told you all that I am going to do this JavaScript next week. I am going to from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel. JavaScript workshop is there, and again you will get a participation form for that if you do all the 5 days live, and fill that participation from. Hope you all have given both of the attendance, participation or attendance form, whatever you say. Hope you all fill the true attendance. And as I've told, I will tell at the end one thing, means so see, the thing is that I am doing a training come internship program, or even I have upgraded it. So the thing is that i I have a boot camp which is going to start, and this boot camp is going to start from, it's a weekend boot camp. It will start from 6th 5th of February. It will start from 5th of February. It's worth 10,000 rupees, and it is a 1.5 month, actually it's a 2 month long boot camp. It has not been updated, and I am collaborating with some very good people from the industry. And earlier it does come with the second attendance sheet is there. Just in the top you see the second attendance sheet. Okay, where you have chatted two times. Top of that, the second attendance sheet is there. So this boot camp, it's a 2 month long boot camp, weekend boot camp only, and it will happen from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on a Saturdays and a Sunday. So I am collaborating with a lot of people from a startup, and I am collaborating with a very big startup right now. So what is happening, we are not only going to teach you coding, we are going to teach you soft skills also, teach you English also, and help you 100% to be placed in a company if you are not learning somewhere or else. So those, the people who don't know, means if you are studying in some college and all, you cannot get a job. You can get an internship. If it is internship also, then also I will help. But if you want a job, you're from a non-IT background, you want to change your field to IT, you are just a fresh out of a college and you're not getting a job, this is the boot camp for you. This is a 2 month long boot camp, and even more than that, 2 month long, only coding will be taught. After that, soft skills, English speaking, how to handle interview, how to face interview, how to go through interview, mock interviews, everything will be taught. And we are taking a very nominal charge, which is 10,000 rupees. Okay, so that is there. And there is another thing. So I am also running a challenge on my website, and you can get access to it for not 10,000 but for 0 rupees. But there are only two positions are there. I already ran a challenge like that, and one of the winner is Mohammad Abdul Rahim, who had won it. So he is going to get it for free. So already 2 seats has gone, and this is for this time. So this is how this is work. I have written this. Remote internship is okay. It is like nowadays, like job training come job also I should write. Training come job starting 5th February. Okay, I have not updated it. So how it is done. So I want to see that you all are really serious about your career and you want a job. So you attend all 4 weeks of my workshop. So 1 week anyways you cannot attend. So sorry for that. 1 week you cannot attend because it is already gone. So you can attend from the next week although you have attended, if you attended this workshop, you'll get 50 points. Okay, you'll get 50 points. So each workshop you attend, you'll get 50 points. And again, let me make it a bit big. Each workshop you attend, you get 50 points. All the for one, you cannot attend all the 4 weekdays workshops. That, like, next week is JavaScript, then it is React, then it is Node.js. All those you attend, again you'll get another 100 point for each of the certificates. JavaScript, React, and Node.js, you'll get 100 point each. So, and then you comment your learning after watching a video from my channel, you will get 20 point each. Okay, and you subscribe to my YouTube channel, not only with your ID but your all of your family IDs, but maximum only 10 are allowed, so 10 point each. So you add all of these things, so those people who are going to do this, those people at the end of the at 1st February will have the most number of points, will win. So how I will come to know that you have done these things? I will give a Google form again, and but you have to keep account. If you are commenting on our videos, you have to keep account. These things I can keep account, that if you are feeling some you're getting some certificate, definitely I can keep account of that, because I'm going to send you a mail, I will keep account for that. But if you're commenting in some of my videos, you please save that link and all, because our backend team have to check that all those things that you have done and not, and our teaching assistants have to check those things. So that is there. And these are all the things. This again means, maybe I can share this thing. And it's not coming, it is going slow. Okay, okay, it's time, it is going. So maybe I will give this link. Okay, okay, free bootcamp, free bootcamp opportunity. So free bootcamp opportunity I'm giving you. So this is the Google form, it is there. Google Doc, the rules are there, so you can go about it. And so I'll give you only 2 position. Beside this, 16 people will get one of my physical book. Each book is worth 2,500, but it is for Indian resident only. So I have 16 books with me, because I'm a writer also, and those are all top books, and they're like Firebase, how to build a Mon project, how to build React project. All those 16 books I can post anywhere in India, but only for India. So some people from other places also. Yeah, it is okay, you missed it, Depras, it doesn't matter, means I'm not keeping that in tab. Okay, okay, anyways, today only you have to fill. Okay, so this is how you can enter this. Okay, and get access to my free the bootcamp for free, which is worth 10,000 rupees and more than that, because and this time the bootcamp will be, this bootcamp is totally different. As I've told, beside coding we have soft skills, and all those things are also there. So that is there. And beside this, what I needed to tell. Okay, so with this means, hope you have all filled it, and hope you like this session. Do please subscribe to my channel, and now to subscribe you will get points also, so please get those points and have your all. Everybody, if you're liking what I'm doing, help me in this initiative. Do subscribe to my channel, and do spread the love to everyone. And everyone needed to become a web app developer, because that is where the money is. When I see someone earning 15,000, 20,000 doing that end jobs, it I don't feel really good. Means this is one of the reason I became a full-time trainer, and I am doing everything possible in my, in that means I have what I can do to make you all a web app developer. And if you want to know more about it, okay, you can book a one-to-one also with me. And maybe I will give you the link for one of my WhatsApp channel, a WhatsApp group also I will give, because wait a second, WhatsApp is also, everything's a bit slow. So if you are attending it here, it from directly from YouTube, come to one of my WhatsApp group and all, and we can take it forward from there. And I can give you the one-to-one link also for that. One sec, let me invite you all to that group. If you are attending it from, uh, join my WhatsApp group, join my WhatsApp group. Okay, and I will give you the one-to-one link also there, so you can get that one-to-one link. And if you have some doubt about your career, you can ask me. I do one-to-one from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily for people who have some career doubts, anything. So I do it. Okay, with this I will end today's session. Thank you all for attending. Please do like this video and please do subscribe to my channel.